Hello, Professor. Today I'm going to talk about three most important things I learned from the class and how it applied to my small businesses. My small business is Iron Age Restaurant. It's an all-you-can-eat restaurant that serve Korean barbecue with mostly the meat, few vegetables, and some different side dishes. The first one I'm going to talk about is external analysis, the Porter Five Force models. Michael Porter developed a highly influential Five Force model to help managers understand the profit potential of different industry and how they can position their respective firms to gain and sustain competitive advantage. Threat of entries is one of them. In my opinion, the third entry for Iron Age is pretty high because it is easy to enter a Korean restaurant. Thus, price must be everywhere. Plus, you can see Plus, you can see so many different restaurants everywhere, even the Korean barbecue restaurant too. So it's pretty high there. There isn't much of entry or barriers, as you can tell. There's so many Korean restaurants everywhere and similar style and price. The power suppliers, the majority of inventory of restaurants is buying meat, so thus there isn't much of power supply if the meat is so everywhere. If one doesn't work out, they just go to the other. The power of buyers, the majority of buyers are regular customers, and there are many of them. Thus, power buyers are low because too many people come to a restaurant. Third, substitute. Since Iron Age is a restaurant, the third substitute is high because there's so many restaurants around the area and the price and quality must be competitive. Next, I'm going to talk about internal analysis, VRIO framework. VRIO framework stands for valuable, rare, costly to imitate, and organized to capture value. VRIO framework is a theoretical framework that explains predict fund level competitive advantage. A valuable resource is one that enables a firm to exploit external opportunity or offset external threats. In my opinion, the most valuable resource is their customer service, the quality of customer service. Even though they claim to do it yourself, a DIY restaurant, the server still cook the meat in front of you and cut it accordingly like no other barbecue restaurant I have ever encountered. Next, a resource is rare if only or a few firms possess it. If a resource is common, you will not achieve competitive advantage. High customer service quality is something that's rare in Korean all-you-can-eat barbecue. They were able to do it with ease and believe the rare resources. A resource is costly to imitate if a firm does not possess the resource are unable to develop or buy the resource at a reasonable price. It is possible for other competitors to imitate the quality of service of cooking and cutting a meat in front of you, the high quality service, but I also believe it will drive the cost of employees. They either have to hire more employees or do more training do more training on their current employees. Therefore, I believe it is costly to imitate for others to cover such services. A firm must be organized to capture value, that is, must have a place in an effective organizational structure and coordinating systems. This is somewhat gray area because the resource is quality service. In my opinion, I believe it is organized to capture value. I never ask server to cook the meat for me, they just do it every time. I believe they are organized and trained to do such things. Based on the four criteria above, I believe the resource such as high quality personal service for Iron Age is a competitive advantage in comparing to other Korean barbecue restaurants. Finally, I'm going to be talking about balanced scorecard. The balanced scorecard is a framework to help managers achieve their strategic objective more effectively. It relies on four important questions that management think to create a competitive advantage. One of the question is, how does customer view us? In my opinion, as a restaurant, the customer view the place as a place to relax and enjoy superior services and all-you-can-eat barbecue, which is not rare to find, but still hard to achieve. How do shareholder view us? Since it's such a small business, I don't believe there are shareholders. I would probably guess bank will probably closest shareholders here. I don't think bank view the restaurant as a place to loan money and help them grow. They are growing to open a few more restaurants within continental United States. How do we create value? Without inside information, I cannot be 100% certain how restaurants create value. I'll think restaurants create value by coming up with unique dining experience and different selection of food to satisfy their different needs. What core competency do we need? Right off the bat, I think the company need an R&D for new food products, such as a team to create new way to eat and meat, create unique experience for customer. I think it's important for restaurant to have such like R&D in place. Of course, balanced quota is a continuous process. Therefore, I'm sure it will change over time. So these are the most three important thing I learned from the class, and the example relate to Iron Age, a small restaurant company. Thank you very much, Professor.